Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, the Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
Great morning. Great morning. Come on in to Daily Motivations for African American Success, where we've been rocking with you now for 239 days, journaling through Dennis Kimbro's book, Daily Motivations for African American Success. Dennis Kimbro is also the author of Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. So I'm going to give you guys time to come on to the barbecue. Bring your to-go plates. Groove on in. This beat is feeding the ducks. So this is how we come in the morning and we go out in the morning, right? Come to the barbecue, getting our groove on, full of life, expecting, anticipating God's grace and mercy in our lives, right? And abide in us because we abide in Him. So groove on in, you guys. Let me know you're out there. This one's going to be short and sweet this morning just because it's just that sweet. I need to add to it. Now come on. Let me know you're there. I see you coming in, so let me know you're here. Good morning to you. Miss Brenda, great morning. Are you there? I'm a lot of regular. Big Mike. All right. That was good. So we got Miss Brenda Davis. Great everything, everyone. Happy Thursday. Brother Mike says, good morning, everyone. And Auntie Richetta says, good morning, Butterfly and nephew. Got to see Brandon yesterday, y'all. So looks good. I can tell that he's going through this. I love it. I've been up thinking about him, praying for him as he is at a crossroad, right? But I know, and I can sense just a sense of peace, calmness. God is doing something, right? And so when you know that God is working in and through your child, through the child that He allowed you to, I guess, mother, because I don't like saying mine anymore. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful, right? So y'all just keep him in your prayers. I'm going to be having dinner with him, kind of a late lunch, early dinner, right? So I'll see him. We'll spend some time and talk about some things as well. So I just feel blessed. Blessed for that. So he'll be back next week. We're going to get this baby started because I'm going to get you guys out of here. Don't have a particular reason for doing it, but I'm going to read this one. I just read it. It's very, very sweet and telling, and it will add to what we're already doing in a great way. It's the signature on the dotted line, right? It's great. So let's find out why we're here for our new people. Why do we come here every morning and have this barbecue, right? Daily motivations for African American success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead you to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, as I mentioned, who is also the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice, leads us to discover in the Daily Motivations for African American Success book, he leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our very own gifts to transcend those labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes, but also, you guys, when to say no and not feel guilty about it. My words, right? Not feel guilty about it. Say no and keep it moving, but also when to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans, such as, but certainly not limited to, Malcolm X, Marion Wright Edelman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Gout, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches you will and should last a lifetime. Will and should last a lifetime. If it will, is totally up to you, you guys. It is a choice. It is a choice, but it should and will last a lifetime if you apply it to your life, right? If you contemplate on it, as Black Enterprise says, each affirmation in this valuable and thought provoking book takes only a few minutes to read, but it is worthy of more time for contemplation. So if you just contemplate and put the affirmations into action, right, your life will change because many of the affirmations will us to do something. I will. I will. And if nothing else, I will God's will in my life for me. God's will for me in my life, right? I got up this morning and I went to bed pretty late. I had intended on being in the bed by 9 o'clock. It was 11:30 before I knew it. But I woke up and I felt energized and I went out on the patio. In the dark, I could only hear the sounds of nature, right? I could only see darkness, right? But there was light in the midst of it. It was beautiful. And I haven't did that in a long time. And I was reminded how much I used to do that. I would wake up and just go sit and see nothing, but hear everything, right? So I was blessed even more. So I feel even the better because I've been feeling kind of fatigued. I won't lie about that. But for some reason, there was a sense of well, I won't say for some reason. It's the reconnecting back with Creator, right? The reconnection. Because when you plug in to the Holy Spirit, lights always on. MLG and W can't turn them off. Wherever they can't. They can't turn them off. Y'all know how when the lights go out, your utilities or whatever is off, and you'll still go over and flip that switch, thinking or forgotten that the lights are out, storm, whatever the reason may be, and they don't come on. But I tell you, you plug into God, plug that socket into the power of God, and watch what you get. Watch what you get. I'm so blessed. I shared a little bit of the story about my a cousin who lives in Albany, and I shared my thoughts and experience that I had when I went to visit my dad this past weekend, and the song Waymaker. And so I have this cousin that I spoke about. He's the cousin that owns the restaurant in Albany, and there's such a spiritual connection that we've created amongst us, male, and I'm just so thankful. But he sent me a message yesterday that someone, actually it was the manager of his restaurant, sent him the very same song that I was speaking about Sunday at church. And he was the one that got it, right? He got it because he is connected. He is, and not saying that there wasn't someone else, but he is the one that shared that I get it because I know what you're talking about. So in my thought process again this morning, I thought about again, now he's in Albany, Georgia. His manager, the manager of the restaurant, was not there, but she sent him the very same song. Why? Because He connected. So God is connecting people with the things of the people that are about him. He's answering things. I heard from my brother Mike sharing a testimony of God's favor, right? So y'all, if you feel like you are lost and you're spinning in circles, seeing the same things, reminding you that you're going in a circle, right? You're going in a circle. You're not moving forward. And if you're not moving forward, you are stagnant. If you switch that light on and your light, you've paid your bill, no one has said, the power is out. But if you switch on and nothing happens, what would you do? And that's what we're doing in life. We get up with the same thoughts, feeling defeated. Woe, it's me. Why me, God? Why not you? Why not you? It was Jesus. Why not you? It was Mary. Why not you? It was Paul. It was David, right? It was Esther. Why not you? And in those things, God did new things in their lives. It wasn't just about them. So first, stop thinking that things are about you. Stop being offended by a people who are offended. Be the light. If you say you know that you know that you know that you know that you know God, then lighten your load. I was sharing with someone that I felt like, and I was listening to Steve Harvey while driving down to Georgia this past weekend, and he was speaking my language again because he said it in a different way, but it was the same meaning. Like, he's like, you can come after me if you want. I ain't over here by myself, right? And my thing is, you fight me if you want. I ain't fighting my battles. God done told me to keep going. I'm going to stop and wait on them, those who are coming after you, right? You go ahead. And then when I finish with them, I'm going to catch up and move ahead of you. So those who are in front of you, I can meet them where they are too and pave the way for you, right? It's time. It's time. Y'all going to get sick of me talking about God, because I'm going to tell you, it's the only reason I'm here, that I've decided to stop playing with my desire for God. Perfect? Am I? Absolutely not. Do I wake up in my emotions and feelings? Do I have those moments throughout the day? But oh, what I have learned. If you get back and if you call on him, if you just sit sometimes in the presence of him, if you just stop what you're doing and allow his goodness, if you reflect upon all that he's done for you, how he's kept you when you couldn't keep yourself, how he's pulled you out of places that you put yourself in, that you couldn't get yourself out, right? So reflect on the power, right? The power, the love, the grace, the mercy, the favor of God in your life. Remember the things that he's done for you. And that will help you forget what you're going through. Because if he did it once, he'll do it again. It's just a matter of, do you believe? Do you believe he will? Do you believe he can? Right? And if he did, would you even know? Or would you be so stuck in I can't, as we talked about yesterday? I can't. It's impossible. But we still say, oh my God, God is so good. Well, if he's good, ain't he good all the time? Right? So I said that we're going to keep y'all long. It's 7:14. This is a long one, you guys. I'll get my lighting together here, because y'all know, even with glasses, I can't see. But it is Dennis Kimbro's book too. And Miss Brenda, I noticed that is the same in the book that thank you for blessing me with. But the print is a little off in there too. So I'm just kind of curious why that is with his books, the ones that I've had so far. So, Chance of a Lifetime. Y'all remember that song, Chance of a Lifetime? Let's get it out. Who sings that song, you guys? Miss Brenda? Who sings? People show compassion. Y'all, who sings the song? I don't know, but that's the first thing I thought about when I saw this title. I'm going to go ahead and get our quote out as well. Welcome, Latasha. Latasha has joined us. Let's see, make sure I get caught up. Good morning, she says, all the way from ATL. Thank you for rocking. We've been missing you. So welcome back. Welcome back. So let's get everything set up so that I can get it out here to you guys. All right. Chance of a Lifetime. And our quote comes from John Lee Hooker. And he's a blues singer and guitarist. He says, we've already won. What were the chances of us making it beyond slavery? He says again, we've already won. What were the chances of us making it beyond slavery? Okay, this is a long one, so y'all stay with me. It's actually 2 pages. I don't think we've had but maybe 1 or 2 where it kind of spread into 2 pages. So get me a drink of water. I show Miss Brandon. Trent and Toy put me down. They didn't come back. So I don't know. But the show must go on. The barbecue must go on. Brenda Davis says, one in a million, Chance of a Lifetime is by Larry Graham. I had it all wrong because I wasn't thinking it was him. Thank you for that, Miss Brenda. Okay. So Dr. Hugh Gloucester, past president of Morehouse College, delivered a commencement address before nearly 2,000 graduates and guests. Dr. Gloucester's remarks were charged with emotion and inspiration. He spoke of the power of chance. He spoke of the power of chance. Men, now that you've graduated, Dr. Gloucester asked, what chance do you have? The same chance that anyone has, but it doesn't mean a thing unless you take it. Can I say that one again? He says the same chance that anyone else has, but it doesn't mean a thing unless you take it. Sitting in these seats were young men just like you, aspiring leaders who approached life with little more than high hopes and a briefcase full of ambition. What chance did they have? For example, society took one look at a shy young writer from Jackson, Mississippi. The boy attended the city's segregated schools and was barred from using its libraries. Can I say that again, you guys? And you wonder why we need daily motivations for African American success. If you're listening and you're of another race, hear this. Hear this. This man, right, that society took one look at, and to add to it, he was a shy young writer from Jackson, Mississippi. He attended the city's segregated schools, but, because this says and, right? But I'm going to say but. So they allowed him to attend, but they barred him from using the library. Come on now, somebody. Get me some help up in here, right? So, when told of his desire to write, others laughed and said, no chance. But racism was no deterrent. And I'm going to say for him, the book says just no deterrent. But I'm going to say for him, right? Because I need you to say it's no deterrent. Whatever it is, it's no deterrent for you. Whatever that thing is, whatever your it is. Today, Mr. LaRon Bennett is executive editor of Ebony magazine, and it is his words that mold and shape the images of Black America. Who would have thought that one of our own would direct the same city that withheld so many of its opportunities from him? With degree in hand, as he searched for employment, Maynard Jackson was told that he had little chance because of his race. Another Black, talented, beautiful, strong, young man was told that he had little chances because of his race, just because of the color of his skin, but fired by a lofty purpose, right? He was fired by purpose, not by what they said, you guys, not by what he was told. Jackson convinced Southern voters to take a chance on him, and he became Atlanta's first Black mayor. All right, Latasha and Richetta, all the way from the ATL. Upon arriving in Montgomery, Alabama, the sight of women being beaten, and might I just go ahead and add, the sight of Black women, African American women being beaten, and children as well, Black children being beaten by and being bitten by dogs, turned his stomach. Oh Lord, he thought, how could one human being do this to another? How could one human being do this to another? May I add, solely based on the color of their skin. But turn an oppressive hatred into love, fat chance. With no organization or influence, a young, unproven Baptist preacher taught a nation to look beyond race because he took a chance. Martin Luther King's place in history is assured. It's been said that the individual who never had a chance never took one. May I say that again? It's been said that the individual who never had a chance never took one. Success is never won by chance, but by choice. It is a choice, you guys. The affirmation for today: there is no way to succeed unless I take a chance. Today will be the day I take my big chance. There's no way to succeed unless I take a chance. Today, I will take my big chance. What will you do today? Chance of a lifetime. We were all given it. We were all. But as the writer says here, it means nothing unless you take it. You're taking one. It's just a matter of which one you're taking. Right? You're going somewhere. It's just a matter of where and how and why. The route you take, the mindset you take it with, because we were all given a chance, right? And if you feel like you've never had one, it's because you've never got to a place that you got to really see it. And if you saw it, you didn't believe it. It can't be for me. That can't be for little old me, right? But that's not what the people in this story, Martin Luther King, right? The boy who attended the school, but he didn't have access to the library. Think about Frederick Douglass, one of my favorite people. If you want somebody to study Frederick Douglass. He said, you can have my body, but my mind belongs to me. because he knew his mind could take him where his body couldn't. Imagine that. Imagine that. I had a friend sharing with me, and I'm so lost in this thing. I don't even really know what to call it, but I guess it's virtual where you can put something on. I don't know. Maybe it's glasses and a helmet. I can't remember. And you can kind of go into a city, and it's almost like you're there, or anywhere. I guess like a underwater or whatever. And I could imagine it in my head. Of course, I tried to imagine it, but at the same time, I wasn't sure that it was something that I would want to do. But I get it. I get it. So imagination. See, because we can take ourselves to places like that with our mind. If we would mine, M-I-N-E, right? Go into your mind and mine it with the presence and the power of God, right? It's so much about my life, y'all. Y'all could look at and be like, "Wow, I can't believe she talks about God like that, and she feels this way, and she feels powerful inside of God." But God doesn't look at me like that. He sees the love in my heart, the change in my heart. And the greatest of them all, he says, is love. He sees me starting to love people and won't. Matter of fact, outside and on the patio, I said, God, I come asking for nothing other than for you to keep me desiring you, entire, complete, wanting nothing other than for people, all people, to have the same desire for you, so that they will get to a place, right, that they want to abide in you, that they can't wake up without you. Because if they do, they feel off. They feel empty. They feel lost, misguided, misdirected, right? Like the socket is halfway in. You know how you plug something up and you don't plug it all the way in, so it doesn't work, right? So I've learned through hard times, through crying, right? Through not understanding God's grace, mercy, favor, power in my life. And how did I learn? How did I grow? By getting stuck, by getting in situations that I tried to get myself out of, rather than depending on God's power, rather than hearing him say, no, my child, you keep going. Don't get stuck here. I'm going to stay back. You go. I got them. I got that's coming for you. Because when you know that you know that you know that you know, you've learned how to not just wait on God, but you wait on God in God. Do y'all feel the power in that? Wait on God in God, right? Let's do that, because you were born with the chance of a lifetime. And I'm reminded, because some of y'all didn't hear this story. I got to yesterday was my day with Zolly, not mine, the beautiful granddaughter who God has allowed me to just bless me just to be a grandmother to her, right? So it was her day, her and I's day to go out, and I tutor her in math. And so yesterday we went to the library. Typically we stay in and do it, but we got out. And I had an opportunity to speak to a mom who came over, and she's familiar with Zolly. And she talked to me about her son being not so sociable. He's 5, right? And it's amazing to me that we are trying to define what kids are and make them something else, right? And I shared with her, just as I'm sharing with you guys, I said, it's okay that he's not sociable. Why? She said, he's not like the other kids. And I said, he's not the other kids. He's himself. He was created to be just how he is. And is if grown-ups, if we as grown-ups can grow up and decide how sociable we would like to be or not be, then why can't we just meet him where he is right now and let him be who he is? Because while he's not sociable as the other kids, guess what he loves to do? Read. He had a pile of books to check out. And she said he will sit and read all day if we let him. Right? And I said, who knows where God is taking him through this? Right? Who knows where he would go? So stop trying to make him like the other kids. Embrace him where he is. And she said he doesn't open up to people that much, right? Well, before we left the library, he and I, this young boy and I, was having a whole conversation. Why? Because I met him where he was. I spoke his language. I asked him about the books. And it was interesting. I said, what's your favorite book? His answer, I've read so many I don't know. From the mouth of a 5-year-old. I've read so many I don't know. Powerful. I said, okay, it's okay you don't know. So if you ever find out, tell me what it is because I'd like to read it. Right? And before we left, again, we had a whole thing. He was giving me the dap, the high five we do. He was laughing. He was talking. Right? So it's not that he's not sociable. He's just, he picks. And I told her that. I said, he will be sociable with who he desires to be with, social with. Right? So let's stop trying to make these kids be what we think society says they should be. 5. What the hell is sociable when you're 5? How are we defining it, right? So a beautiful thing. And then little Zolly, the granddaughter, wasn't feeling so well yesterday. So she was grumpy. I mean, she was just all in her feelings and whining and all that. And so, as I've mentioned, I'm the babies are really, really special to me in the way that how they grow up, right? How we help them be emotionally healthy right now, right? So we're going back. We left. We just packed up and decided to go on because she wasn't feeling well. And you could tell it through her actions. So we left. We're getting near her house. And I just reached back and I put my hands on her legs. And I said, Dolly, I really enjoyed us getting out today to do math, right? I really enjoyed it. And she says, Grandma, I'm sorry. I know I was grumpy today, but I just didn't feel good. From the mouths of our babes. Grandma, I'm sorry. I know I was grumpy today, but I just didn't feel good. Right? Y'all, we have the chance of a lifetime to live and to be great and to bring glory to God's kingdom through how we believe, how we live our lives. Let's stop living in fear. Let's stop living in fear, expecting the worst, right? I'm not going to sit on my butt and be fearful of anything anymore or anybody. Whom shall I fear? What shall I fear? Right? Nothing, no one. Because I know who's fighting my battles. Why do I know it? Because my desire is to abide in him. And his word said, if you abide in me, I will abide in you. So like Steve Harvey says, come after me if you want. I ain't over here by myself. My words are, fight me if you want. I ain't fighting my battles. I'm moving forward. I'm winning. And I want the parts that you don't want. Whatever you leave or you drop on the ground or you just halfway plug it in, I'm coming behind you and I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to get that power too. Watch me. Watch me. Because just, whew, remember I told y'all I passed by, my desire is to be so deep in the country. I said this yesterday. I want to be behind trees that people don't even know it's a house back there, full of just land and nature and the sounds of the animals, right? Some chickens, some animals. Who would have ever thought, right? And as I change, you guys, I'm telling you, and I mentioned this, as I change and I grow, I'm starting to like food that I never liked, right? Someone told me the other day, I was singing happy birthday to this person, and at the end, they said, your voice has really gotten a lot better. This is the same person that used to pick at me. It's like, please don't sing, right? And y'all, it may sound crazy to y'all, but I see it as God's, I'm coming back to my place. And when you come back, when you return to God, when his will is your will, right? His will for your life is the I wills for yours. His desires for you become your desires. And in that, it's not me saying it, in that you are made perfect, entire, wanting nothing, needing nothing, right? Looking for him in every situation that life puts you in. Every situation. I don't care what it looks like. Well, let me say it doesn't matter what it looks like to you. To God, it's nothing. To God, he's perfecting you, growing you. And in that one thing in you, he's doing many more things in and for others. If we would but take our eyes off of the situation, the circumstance, the feeling, the emotion, and know that we were given our birthright is a chance of a lifetime. You don't need to add to it. You don't need to take away from it. You just need to be present in the presence of our God. And if he'll do it for me, he'll do it for you. If he will bring me, if he bought me out of a suicidal mindset, y'all, right? If he allowed me to become a single mother, talked about, right? I know it, talked about by family and friends, right? Oh, she's pregnant. She got pregnant. But oh, did they not know and did they not see that God knew when I was ready to take my life, that young boy would be the only thing that even God knew himself that he would not be enough for me. And then he directed a young boy to the room locked that I was locked in, right? He directed him to write that note out, fold it up, and not even that, put a heart on it, right? Fold that baby up and stick it under the door. God knew that is what Tammy would need on a day in the future, right? And in getting up, going over to see what was on that paper and unfolding it and reading the words, Mom, I love you. Y'all can't tell me. Y'all can't tell me that there is not a God that wants you to seek and serve him so that he can open the doors for you to walk through, right? And so that is why you will get tired of me, because I finally get it. I finally see what God's been showing me all my life, from a little girl, all my life. So that is why I can't wake up now and not tell you about the goodness of God and say, like the song says, all my days, you've been faithful to me, right? Even as a little child, when I looked in the refrigerator and there was nothing there, right? According to the eye. But you told a young girl how to make a meal out of nothing, right? Y'all can tell me there's not a God, right? So take this chance today. And if you think that you don't have one, or you've never won or had a chance, it's just that you've never taken it. You've never taken the chance. And maybe you've never truly tried God. All right, so take that chance, you guys. I'm going to check these comments and I'm going to get out of here. It's 7:40. Where did the quick time go? Whoa, okay. Good morning from Alvin Williams Jr., Big Al Sal. Miss Brenda. Woo, don't you get me crying in here. Miss Brenda said, God has smiled on me. He has set me free. I love that song. He's been good to me. Woo, that's one. I hadn't listened to that one in a long time, Miss Brenda. Wow. All right, y'all. Take that chance of a lifetime today. Stop playing small. Right? Stop playing small, because we serve a big, powerful God who is giving you a chance of a lifetime. But that chance of a lifetime is a choice in your time, of your time. What will you do with it? The affirmation says there's no way to succeed unless I take a chance. Today will be the day I take my big chance. Let your big chance be. If you're looking for what could I do? What could do my big chance? I'm going to take this chance of a lifetime and I'm going to live for God. I'm going to desire his presence. I'm going to seek him. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to read his word, right? I'm going to abide in him, because his word says that if I abide in him, he will abide in me. So let's stop playing. Let's stop playing with God, right? Let's stop playing in him. Get in him if you're going to get him, because he'll get in you. He's already just waiting to open those doors, because there's no locked doors. Maybe you missed that one from a few days ago. You have to go back, because I'm going to get out of here. Chance of a lifetime, you guys. We've already won. You've already won, right? That's our quote. We've already won. What were the chances of us making it beyond slavery? What were the chances? Okay? We're going to groove out of here like we always do. So y'all, let's get ready to feed the tongues. Get your groove on. Come on. Do it with me. Let me know you're grooving. Drop a note. I'm going to take the chance of a lifetime, because I was given the chance of a lifetime. It will be my choice today and every day. Pimping will not wear me. I will wear the pimping. The ducks will not feed me. I will feed the ducks. Life, right, will not do me. I will do life. You've heard me say it is what it is. Let it do what it do. But don't let it do you. And by it, people too. Let people be. Pray for them. Don't try to fight the battle with them. Because God is saying, you go on, my child. I got this. My boy Steve says, come at me if you want. I ain't over here by myself. All right? So y'all groove on out today. Happy Thursday. Be the best version of yourself. Plug in today. Plug it in. Don't worry about anything. Fret over nothing. Turn that worry into a right? And feed them ducks. Take the chance of a lifetime.